All right, check this out. You take French fries, you put on some pickled jalapenos, some honey, and then just a splash of Diet Coke. I call it juicy time.
That's disgusting.
This is a hot dog is a sandwich.
Ketchup is a smoothie.
Yeah, I put ice in my cereal, so what?
That makes no sense.
A hot dog is a sandwich.
A hot dog is a sandwich.
What? Welcome to our podcast, A Hot Dog is a Sandwich, the show we break down the world's biggest food debates. I'm your host, Josh Scher.
And I'm your host, Nicole Aniety.
And today we have a very special guest joining us for the pod. He's an actor, comedian, and co-host of the hilariously insightful health podcast, Staying Alive, and standout star of one episode of the criminally lived show, Fast Foodies. Please welcome the one, the only, Jon Gabrus.
Thank you for having me. Fast Foodies was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I bet.
Bummer, yeah. Anytime someone's cooking for me, I consider that a real treat.
Do you think they stole that idea from us? Because when we saw that show, that's why we brought Gabrus on here.
This whole podcast is going to be how Josh invented all these things and then was disseminated throughout the world and all that stuff.
No, but
he did this whole thing because he told me about Succession 12 years ago. He's like, they're a super wealthy family. It's like the Murdochs.
But they're all kind of weird in their own ways. Yeah, and we're going to get at least one Culkin in it. I wanted Rory Culkin, and then they went with the other one. So.
Just slightly off mark there. Yeah, 17 instead of a bullseye. Not bad.
Anyways, you have a great new podcast called Staying Alive. So we're going to talk about fast food, which is one of the better ways to try and not stay alive.
Yeah. Or you can make the case that you want to stay alive to experience more fast food in your life.
I also have a theory that all the preservatives in it, they're kind of going to calcify my insides and preserve them for posterity. Yeah.
Like you'll be immune to nuclear warfare.
100%.
Which is inevitable.
Yeah, it's happening.
2034, where are you going to be? But no, I wanted to ask you, what are you currently doing to stay alive, and why did you decide that, hey, let's start trying?
Well, you're talking about people ripping you off. The one question we ask on our podcast is, what are you doing to stay alive? To be fair, we have 0 segments, 0 ideas. So I appreciate you bringing that here. Me, I'm on a constant finding the balance quest of I like to live really hard, but I also, and play really hard, but I need to do some stuff to buttress that as I'm entering my middle-aged years. And so I try to walk more. I found that I always thought nature meant going to the woods, but now I know that nature could just mean walking through the suburbs or...
Sure. Feel that. See that moisture?
Yeah.
Just got back from a walk.
Oh.
So I was a little late to the green room.
He's a big hot girl walker.
He's a little elbow pit sweat. I appreciate that. Put it on my gums like cocaine. Ooh, I'm higher than mother's friend. One of my mother's friend is always very high.
It's important.
Actually, multiple of my mother's friends are. But no, so I'm doing a lot more walking outdoors time, and I'm trying to change my relationship with food. I'm very treat-based, and food must be a treat, a reward. So I'm trying to learn more about food as fuel, and then not, there's 21 meals a week. They don't all have to be treats. That's what I'm learning. So I'm trying to choose my battles, if you will. Even this conversation, as I say it, shows off how complicated my relationship with food is. Yeah.
No, but
you're not alone.
Because the problem is if you view food as a treat, then you also view withholding it as a punishment. You know what I mean? And you're just stuck in this pendulum swing.
Terrible.
And eating healthy for 4 days in a row, I go well, now I deserve something nasty. Yeah. And it's that's wrong. I should be enjoying the fact that I'm eating fresh produce and grilled chicken that's yummy. Stuff is good. I'm not eating Soylent in between meals.
Exactly.
But then it's still come Saturday, I'm well, it's a Saturday. There are no salads on Saturdays. Let's go. Let's freaking go.
I think we're all food motivated here, right?
Yes.
We all have the same sickness where if there was a plate of taquitos in front of us, you ever see the experiment?
Do you have a plate of taquitos?
No. Okay, calm down. These are hypothetical taquitos. That experiment with the children and the marshmallows.
Yeah, the marshmallow experiment.
Give me that marshmallow.
Marshmallow test.
If there was a plate of taquitos in front of us, if you offered any of us $100 to get through the podcast episode without eating a taquito, I don't think any of us could do it.
I couldn't.
No, but if you told me I could only have one during the podcast, but if I waited till we wrapped, I could have as many as I want. We would have I'd be and check it out, Staying Alive every Thursday wherever you get podcasts. Yeah, hot dog sandwich. Who gives a? Yeah. I know exactly that. I have a tattoo of the word food. That's like how much it means to me.
Wow, that's pretty legit.
Like it's truly, it's the thing that makes me go. It's why I like when people are like, "You love to travel." I'm like, because I like to eat.
Yeah.
Almost everything I do comes down to I like to eat. Yeah.
Sure.
I only travel so I can get some strange,
Yeah,
just some
strange food.
Yeah. Went to Sardinia. I had a horse. Incredible. I had a horse at a
I
seaside
can't believe
carnival.
that. That's rad.
That's
To a
awesome.
Ferris wheel. It was
That's
the
really cool.
best.
I also live by the adage, when in Rome, but also if someone ever offers me food that they either made or present to me in any way, I refuse to resist. So I refuse to say I don't eat blank.
Yeah.
I do not have a thing I do not eat. Would I prefer not to have raw tomatoes on my sandwich? Yes. But do I have a thing I will not eat? No. If someone puts something in front of me and is like, I made this, I don't even ask what it is. I'm just like, I'm in. Like, to me, I don't think there's a thing that's more beautiful than someone giving you food or making you food. So like, given that opportunity, I'm gonna raw dog it.
Yeah, thrill-seeking behavior. That's great.
Your tattoo that says food on it. One, I did not realize you had that. Two, it seems like if you prompted AI, like, hey, put a food tattoo on my upper right arm, it would have just come up with that.
Yes,
Kinda love
it was
that.
either that or I have a cheesy gordita crunch on the other shoulder.
Oh my god,
No,
that's the
not
best.
yet.
That's
Wait.
the best item from
That's
Taco
my favorite
Bell.
item
10
as
out of
well,
10. I get it
please.
every single time.
You know the tattoo that I really want, right?
You could tell your friend here.
So I really want to get, there were a couple ideas, but I really want to get Taco Bell, but in Hebrew. And so that way I
Well,
don't
what is
speak
it in Hebrew?
Well, it's a phonetic language, so you just kind of like use the alphabet. I could type it into Google Translate. I don't know the names of the letters anymore.
Okay.
Olive, bet, vet, olive, bet, vet, gimel, dalet, hey.
This guy is
you're so Jewish.
This
You're-
guy's so Josh. Living up to your name.
If you want to get a Hebrew tattoo, I know you're not Jewish, but if you would like to get a matching Hebrew tattoo, I think that'd be really cool.
Oh, I think that would be fun. Might be a little weird for a goy to get some Hebrew letters
You're
on.
growing out such a rabbinical beard right now.
I know, and I'm from Long Island, where you're like Jewish by injection.
Sure, yeah.
But my best friend and co-host of Staying Alive,
Great
we
plug.
have matching tattoos of dice. And also, he has the Hebrew word for Adam tattooed on his chest.
Oh.
Which was his first tattoo, in a kind of irony of like, oh, you don't want to bury me in a Jewish cemetery?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's a rule that says it doesn't matter. You can
Yeah.
like be buried regardless.
Oh,
so.
yeah. I lived in Williamsburg for like
Yeah, you
5
get
years.
it.
There's loopholes to
Yeah.
every
There's
Jewish rule.
so many loopholes.
The amount of things that we've done to get around Shabbat laws.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
The line around the city.
Yeah. Oh, it's like,
Lie.
well, see that rope up there? If you're inside of it, the rules are different. You're like, what? This is international waters?
Jewish ingenuity
Yeah.
right there. It's
I
like,
love it.
God is all powerful, however, it can be easily tricked.
Yes.
God, of course, left some loopholes.
We should talk about the fast food hacks that are ruining your life potentially. Nicole,
All of them.
what's your problem with them? Because this was, to be frank, this was your idea. And you were very passionate about it.
My problem with fast food hacks is why? Why do you have to do it? Like, why do you need to specifically engineer things all the time to make it palatable for you? Why can't you just go to a place, order a number 2, and walk away, right? Because I was always a secret menu girl. Like every time I'd go to In-N-Out or whatever, I would always like animal style, bun well done, chilies, yada, yada, yada. But in reality, if you just get a regular thing that's on the menu and it's delicious, it kind of scratches that itch. You don't need to constantly customize and make it tailored to you. It's not worth it to me, you know? It's not worth the effort, especially when you're at a fast food place. It just doesn't make sense why you do that fast food thing where you put, what is it, the Chick-fil-A nuggets with the Polynesian sauce and the honey and the Chick-fil-A sauce and you shake it and then you eat it. I don't understand it and I don't need it.
I think we have two separate ideas are butting up to each other with this. One of which is, I'm a paying customer. You're a giant corporation. Do what I want you to do.
Yeah,
and then
that
exactly that butts up against you're an employee being criminally underpaid by this giant corporation, and I'm gonna make you go back there and take this off the pre-made sandwich and redo it so it's like this. It's a really fine line to walk where. I know, like back in the day when I was a kid, the trick was at McDonald's to make one slight tweak so they couldn't just grab it off the hot lamp. You'd say like no onion, and they'd be like, and they gotta like make you a fresh one.
Right.
And then I think In-N-Out in combination with social media has but also I think it made Starbucks insanely popular.
Yeah, like pink drinks and whatnot.
Yeah, because I think, and I would frown upon all this BS all the time. But friends of mine who are real Taco Bell heads, like Nicole, the app lets you do these customizations that you don't have to do in person.
Yeah.
And I think with that and Starbucks
and the kiosks
for shy people or for people who are afraid to ask for what they want, but like when you find these small now extra well done or extra beans, double meat, like those are all natural, but it's when people tweak the item to like something fully different.
It's disrespectful bastardization of the food. Yeah, that's my problem with it. I just don't respect people that do that anymore. And I used to be that person.
But if you do it at home, like you mentioned that shaking up the chicken nuggets, if you don't make the employee do that, then go right ahead and like no one's gonna knock the French fry out of your hand for dipping it in a Frosty at Wendy's.
That's actually the first fast food hack I think that ever existed, by the way. Was the Wendy's French fry and Frosty. So I'm really glad you brought that up. But that's not bothering anyone. That's not hurting anyone.
Right.
It's whenever you're modifying to the point of insanity where it's like, what are you doing with this Frankenstein-looking burger instead of just getting something that's simple, no nonsense? That's my problem with it all. And the TikTokification of all of this,
Well, that's the real bummer is that people aren't going in there and going like, I want a Big Mac, remove the middle bun because I think that tastes better. It's because Addison Rae said it in a dance or whatever. And I don't know
She's a
what
nice
any
lady.
of those people's names are.
Remove the middle bun.
My problem is when fast food hacks just become synonymous with harassing employees. I remember one of the early ones. They were like 10 ways to hack the Chipotle menu. And one was don't ask for a double scoop of chicken. When they put the chicken on there, just say, can I have a little more? And I was like, that's just called begging. That's not a fast food hack. That's literally just begging somebody.
Yeah, the Chipotle the Chipotle hacks have like ruined Chipotle.
Yeah, 100%.
And not to mention a person who's making $8 an hour, standing, scooping cauliflower rice, and you're going, more. You actually have to give me more if I say more. Like I hate that crap. Yeah.
I think with the apps we've gotten in dating and in food ordering,
just pure social interaction. You remove the layer. It's like Eyes Wide Shut. It's like wearing a mask and a cloak. You can say whatever. You can say whatever you want online. You can. I distinctly have a memory of ordering DoorDash back in the day when I lived in New York and I was wasted. And I wrote on the menu, and I know this is, but you can bleep me. I wrote on the receipt. It said, "And don't me on the mayo this time." I typed that into DoorDash.
You like mayo?
I love mayo.
You love mayo.
When it's where it's supposed to be. I love it. Yeah, I mean,
would you stare an employee in the face and go, don't me on the mayo this time?
But now behind the keyboard, just like when people call me fat in the DMs, they don't come up to me on the street and say that, but they're happy to let it rip in the DMs. Like, actually, for real, brother, I'm worried about you. I'm like, oh, for real?
Are you?
Well,
Are you actually?
I wrote an article like 9 years ago that you just jogged my memory on. It was when Starbucks was doing all the pink drink, purple drink thing, and it exploded. And I wrote an article called "Brown Drink is Starbucks' newest mega popular."
Almost exactly item. 9 years ago. It's June 2016. That's crazy.
And I took stylized photos of 3 different brown drinks and wrote #brown drink on a cup. And then I went into my local Starbucks the day after, and they were like, "Are you the reason we have people asking for brown drink?"
Oh,
and I was like, "Yes." A famous, nobody read LAMag.com, but a famous drag queen at the time posted it on their Facebook and it went viral. And so I literally...
what is brown drink?
It's a joke. It's coffee, Nicole.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
I thought maybe you put like a squirt of caramel in there.
No, the brown drink is the world's most popular drink.
Hot bean water.
That Starbucks has been selling.
I thought you were going to be a little bit more creative than that, Josh.
This poor Starbucks employee was like, I've had people asking me for brown drink and they don't know what it is and I don't know what it is, so I don't know what to give them.
Oh, man.
And I go, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm sorry. This was never supposed to make it out of our dying readership.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a dumb tongue-in-cheek thing, but of course, dumb readers be dumb listeners, be dumb customers. Yeah.
Didn't you invent the McGangbang?
I didn't. No. I did not invent the McGangbang. I made an artisanal version of the McGangbang called the McConsensual Group Sex Burger.
Oh.
The McGangbang, I think, is what we ate on Fast Foodies on my episode.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, because it was like, is that where it's like the chicken sandwich and the on a Big Mac?
McChicken inside a McDouble.
Yes.
Yeah. So you kind of create.
Yeah, because it was someone like Saweetie, a rapper like
Yes,
Saweetie.
I know Saweetie. Yes.
She was the one who talked about it first or something, but we couldn't call it the McGangbang on the show either.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. But that's a hack that you don't make someone else do. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
Well, but there was another popular McDonald's one that another thing you like shouldn't really say. So I'm going to call it like the economically underserved area Big Mac.
Yeah.
So in the economically
Are you talking
underserved
about-
area Big Mac. What? Well, no, what
are you talking about?
The infrastructurally unserved.
Yes.
Just say it.
No,
it's a bad word, trust me.
Slack it to me. Can you
We're not
slack
gonna
it?
slack it to you.
It
Anyways,
rhymes
what you would
with
do-
it rhymes with one of the two Mythical morning host names. It's Redo and Link.
I don't get it.
I couldn't be more.
I got it.
You would get a McDouble at the time, which was $1, which was McDonald's lost money for every McDouble you
Sure.
bought because you can't sell it for that much. So they would make money on the drinks and fries. But you would get a McDouble for $1. And at the time, a Big Mac cost like $3.49.
Mm-hmm.
Same amount of beef. They're almost the same ingredients-ish. So you would ask for a plain McDouble. You'd get two McDouble, a McDouble and a McChicken, because then you get the lettuce from the McChicken, and then you would ask for Big Mac sauce on the McChicken.
Yeah.
So then you would slide the Big Mac sauce lettuce and one of the McChicken buns into the McDouble, thus creating something phenotypically identical to a Big Mac, and then you're left with an open-faced chicken sandwich for $2 as opposed to $3.49 for just a Big Mac.
Oh man.
Right?
Smart.
Very smart.
I'm a big fan of that.
McDonald's caught on. So they says, all right, you want Big Mac sauce? $2.50.
Oh.
Side of sauce? $2.50. You want muscle from a cow that we cut out and ground up? That's only $1. But you want a side of this little sauce that costs 8 cents to make? That's $2.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's unfair.
Asking for Mac sauce on the side in 1994 was mind blowing to me. When someone's like, "Watch this. Can I have a side of Mac sauce?" and the person's like, "Sure," and just puts it like it's not a big deal, and then we're like, we could dip fries in Mac sauce, and it's like, hey, is this Thousand Island? It was like, yeah, you dummies.
No
But to
ketchup.
me, it was like
No ketchup.
No ketchup in it.
Oh.
No ketchup and special
Paprika.
sauce.
There's paprika.
Paprika extract and then mustard.
I love me some Mac sauce.
I do too, man.
I love Mac sauce.
Are there any fast food hacks that you actually do in your day-to-day life? When's the last time you both ate fast food? Let's out each other.
Well, now that I'm pregnant, I eat Taco Bell like once. How often do I eat Taco Bell? I eat Taco Bell so much. I eat
That's
it like
increased with pregnancy.
yeah.
Congratulations
Thank you.
on the Taco Bell consumption.
Oh,
I'm
thank
not
you,
a
thank you.
kid guy,
Thank you.
Sorry
but I'm
about
glad
that.
you're having way more Taco Bell.
I eat it like once every 2 weeks now.
Hell yeah, I believe they call that
Secretly.
either. I think you can call that bi-monthly and bi-weekly
So
due
I
to the
have it-
stupidity of that definition.
So I have it bi-monthly and bi-weekly. And God, what do I do? The only thing I do is I get a cheesy gordita crunch, and then I get the. Do I get the 7 layer? I get a 7-layer beef burrito. I take out the rice and I tell them to put potatoes in it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I do.
Hell
And
yeah.
I like it, and baby likes it too.
Oh, hell yeah.
You can justify anything now. Just go,
Yeah.
the baby likes it. He talks to me.
Yeah.
Literally whatever I
It's
want
for
to
the
eat.
baby.
I eat
It's,
everything now.
ma'am, can you hurry up? It's for the baby.
I literally
need
don't
2
care anymore.
McGangbangs for my baby.
So that's I would say I had that maybe like 4 days ago. I had that exact meal 4 days, and I get a side of water like a dummy.
Oh, I like that though. That's like because
of
soda is nasty.
I love it. I love full sugar soda.
Me too, but it's
But
just
I
not
feel
something
like
you need in
crap.
your life.
I
Yeah.
feel like if I'm eating Taco Bell, I want to feel crap because I'm eating Taco Bell, not because I'm having a full sugar soda. You know what I mean?
Nicole, I am 100p
Cheers.
involved in this here because that is my move, a side of water.
I just
I feel
drank
seen.
all my Celsius energy drinks, so I have
Ew.
nothing to cheers with.
Oh,
Gosh,
good.
you gotta stop. I'm worried about your heart.
Yeah, we were just talking
Not
about that, man. I don't
emotionally,
think
but
it's good.
actually,
Yeah.
you're-
You worried about it emotionally too, trust me. My last fast food, I just was on the road with the Doughboys podcast on tour, so that kind of sets you down a path where you're going to be having it. And we had McDonald's at a rest stop in Connecticut at like 1 a.m. And I'm not a fast food person. I'd much prefer to eat other types of food, but I do love Taco Bell. I am lucky to live in a city where you can get late night food that isn't fast food if you want.
Yeah.
But a truck stop in the middle of the night is what fast food is made for. So I had my go-to move we had talked about Big Mac so much in the previous show that I had to get a Big Mac, not a traditional order of mine, but I got a Big Mac and a side of 10-piece nugs
Yes.
with
What's
honey.
the sauce? Oh, you do honey. That's
straight
so.
honey.
You're
Yeah.
so Kim Kardashian right now.
We have so much in common. We both made our break into the industry in the same way. Wealthy parents and a proclivity for moving on. It's a family show.
What about you, Josh? What's your last fast food indulgence that you had?
Oh, I thought you were talking about if I broke into the industry.
No, I know how you broke it, honey. Don't worry about it. I know how you
somewhat
did it.
similar. Some key details changed. But I went to Taco Bell after a show. Did not eat dinner. Went to another heavy music show. Shout out to House of Protection. They really did a great job with the Roxy. New album is out now. But I didn't eat anything before, and so I was in there, throwing bows in the mosh pit. I left my car keys in my cargo pocket, and someone fell into them, and I kind of stabbed myself a little bit.
Ouchie.
So I'm dealing with that. But anyways, you're kind of beat up. You're sweaty. You need Taco Bell to replenish. And so I went through the drive-thru. If I'm on the app, I'll customize because they ask you to customize. You can just add their orange mayonnaise to anything you want. It makes every item better.
Do you ever go to the kiosks?
No.
I've become a kiosk girl.
I'm
so ashamed of the truth.
We need social regulation. We need to stare somebody in the eye and go,
I need that.
I'd like a burrito with your liquid cheese and liquid beef.
I can't.
And I want you to put mayonnaise in that also.
Bro, I need that. And then I need Taco Bell to send an employee home with me and watch me eat. Because I don't think there's
a white hat observer.
I don't think there's anything more disgusting than how I eat alone. The amount, like, there's no one to go like, whoa, like if my wife's out of town, there's no one to go like,
yeah,
I hear that you're having trouble breathing, and you're grabbing more cinnamon delights, and I'm like, hey, Jabba, no baba, as I like stuff more rolled quesadillas
like an
in my
English
mouth.
bulldog after 8 years old.
I'm laying on an ice pack, shirt off, tarp out, just hammering down Taco Bell. It's my dream.
Right.
I have an interesting scenario in my home life because my wife grew up in a town where they banned fast food. You might know it. You ever been to Great Neck, Long Island?
Yes.
There is
familiar. Great Neck North or Great Neck South? Is your wife Jewish or Asian?
She was just telling me about this.
Yeah.
I had no idea. She's Jewish. She's North.
GNN is a Jewish town.
Wait, how close?
And GNS is all Asian.
And not only Jewish, mostly Persian Jewish.
Yes.
So she's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jew, and she's like, I was one of 3 blondes at my high school.
That's amazing.
So I'm like, that's incredible. How far do you grow up from that?
I'm probably like 25 minutes. Everything's 25 minutes away on Long Island. I'm from like a blue-collar Italian and Irish town and Jewish town. Every town is a little Jewish on Long Island. But I talk about this with Long Island. People talk about it as being sort of like very non-diverse, and it's not. It's extremely diverse, but not within individual neighborhoods. Like you go to a black neighborhood, a Spanish neighborhood, a Persian neighborhood, and all nationalities are represented on Long Island.
Sure.
We just don't live with each other.
Don't talk to each other.
We go one town over. That's the black school. That's the Latino school. Like, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to go see a football game there.
But hell yeah. We played against GNN when I was at Mepham High School. Yeah. My glory days. I was terrible. I mean, I'm not better now, but I was terrible then. 25 years ago. Why are we talking about this?
They had to drive into Queens for fast food.
Yeah, well,
so,
they also, I'm from Beverly Hills, and they also outlawed it in Beverly Hills.
You have a fat burger.
That doesn't count. There's no
It's a local
drive-through.
one. Yeah.
There's no drive-through. Continue.
But yeah,
sorry.
so she didn't grow up with fast food. So she like never developed a taste for it, and she didn't grow up eating like super healthy. Didn't have an almond mom. They kept desserts in the house constantly. And so I've had to like learn to deal with that. Because for me, I would have to not have any food within like a 30-foot radius of me if I wanted to not eat it.
We were not a fast food family either. And it wasn't, we were poor and like we didn't have no fast food in our neighborhood. But I think my parents looked down on fast food. But we would eat at like Friendly's, Outback, TJ. Like we would eat at fast casual relentlessly. But my mom and dad would be like, it's a nice sit-down place.
Yeah, sure.
That was important to them. I'm not going to eat it fast. But every once in a while, some sort of marketing would get through to one of my parents, and it would just work. And here's the most specific one I remember. McDonald's, when the animated Hercules Disney musical came out.
The plates.
Yeah, well, I don't remember the plates, but I remember triple cheeseburger was 99 cents.
Get the hell out of here.
And my dad didn't know what they were called, and he would always be like, Jody, you want to get in the car and go get some of them Herc burgers? And we'd be like, we gotta get Herc burgers? And we would go, and my dad would just buy like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 Herc burgers. And the guy's like, the what? And he's like, the triple cheeseburger. That'll be $8.51, you know, pay that,
Jesus.
feed a full family. I was eating 6 patties. Like, that's too much for a kid.
Yeah.
Nuts. Well, I grew up eating almost exclusively fast food, similarly poor, but we were in Orange County, which is just the land of chains.
Yeah, yeah.
And so my dad would be like working a late night. He like drove a limo after working at a car wash, and me and my brother would just have like a $10 bill on the table and be like, figure out dinner. So we'd be like, okay, 5 McDoubles, 5 McChickens. We're gonna find the tax money in the couch. And that was just dinner. Not only that, they had a special where it was something like 4 cheeseburgers for $1 every Sunday. It was something insane. And so we would go, and it was like limit, 10. And so my brother would get 10, my dad would get 10, I get 10. And we put them
Wow.
in the freezer. And anytime I wanted a McDonald's cheeseburger, I'd just pop it in the microwave.
My goodness.
Man.
And so
the
for me,
dream freezer, you open up a freezer and it's just full of McDonald's.
Oh,
A monkey paw's wish if there ever were one. Because boy, the pre-diabetes at 10 didn't look too good on
my
me.
goodness gracious.
Yeah, that's a legit amount of sodium, enough to like when you get cut open for bees to come out or something like that. Yeah.
So the original fast food hack is just like grow up poor, and then that's all you can eat, and then you microwave them, and then you put a sweet chili hot sauce from the 99-cent store on it, because that was my move.
That worked for you.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I had an Arby's dad and a McDonald's salad mom. So fast food was very ominous to me. I never knew I was getting fast food when I was getting it, because my dad would sneak it and my mom would be like, oh, it's a salad. So fast food was always, it was oddly taboo, and it was something I never experienced as a kid until I was conscious enough to know I was experiencing it. So for fast food, now that I'm older, now that I'm 32, it's such a treat. It is a treat for me. It's not a daily thing for me at all, but it's like special for me. I'm like, hey, David, you want to go to Taco Bell? Hey, David, you want to go to McDonald's? And the answer is always maybe.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
The answer is always maybe, which makes me sad. But I've learned to
You don't
accept
say
it.
no to a pregnant woman. You say maybe.
He says no a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
he says no a
David,
lot.
let's be careful.
Yeah,
huh?
tell him to
Yeah, David,
tell him to be better.
You're like, oh yeah, here's my husband now. It's like 6'6" martial artist. Like, oh, never mind, I'm dead.
Neither of those things.
If it's like such a special occasion, though, don't you want to customize it, Nicole? Don't you want to like take matters into your own hands? Don't you want to say that me and the baby are not going to accept what this billion-dollar corporation told me should be on this item, and I am going to do everything in my power to optimize this? This is the cold plunges. This is the infrared saunas. This is the tanning of the taint of the fast food world. You have to optimize everything.
I don't want to get into the nitty gritty, but I do believe that there is a small difference between customizing and hacking.
I think
That's a good point.
hacking makes you like an a-hole, but customizing doesn't.
It's
Does that make
a
sense?
fine line to walk,
Yeah.
and you don't know when you've stepped into hack a-hole
Exactly.
territory until you have done it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Who is the one that decides that? You? I can't
The
be left with.
watchman.
I can't be left with that kind of
And who watches
responsibility.
them? Yeah.
I can't be left with that kind of responsibility. So I'd rather just relinquish all control and just leave it to the big shiny board in front of me.
Now, I think that's a wonderful way to look at it, because they know what they're doing. They've got the best science minds in the world working on making their food better and more addictive.
What do I know? What? I want a little spicy? Whatever. Who cares?
But I think like asking for a sauce on the side, or double beans, or if it's in the app where you're like, oh, I could add lettuce to my beefy 5-layer, or add potatoes to my beefy 5-layer. I think that's all good. When you start doing the things that require more labor of your fellow person, your fellow worker is across from you, and they are and you're like, and yeah, stir it, thank you, and more, please. That's when you've crossed a line.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Here's how I think you guys are. I have a theory now. If you cannot comfortably say it to an employee's face, then that's a hack. If you can comfortably say it to the employee's face, then you're just asking for customization.
Okay, because I did once walk into a
What did you do?
I walked into a Chipotle with a side of just French fries that I got from like a Five Guys across the street, and I was like, "Can you put this in my burrito instead of rice?" And I asked them that to their face, and they were like, "No, not at all. I can't do that."
That's a health code.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they're not allowed to do that. They're not
Oh,
allowed
like
to do
there's
that.
no they can give the world E. coli, trichinosis, and norovirus, but they won't put French fries in my burrito.
They
What
will
kind of
not.
country?
No,
America
they
is
will
too
not.
litigious. You could walk
know?
out of there and go like, "Oh, I don't know why they gave me this. I choked and I died. Those jerks."
I will say the best scenario, though, is if you have a buddy that works at a fast food establishment. Because I had a friend that worked at Cold Stone, and I would bring baklava from the Greek diner across the street.
Do you mean girl?
What?
Do you mean girl that you went out with?
The high school, yeah. I changed it
just
to
say
friend because
friend?
I feel like I've talked about ex too much.
It's okay. Continue.
You know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
She was also a friend that happened to be a girl that's now married to an Army guy. She knows too many of my stories.
I'm so sorry.
But we used to like bring random things and she would just mix them in at Cold Stone. And that baklava ice cream is still the best thing I've ever had.
Oh, yeah. Having a friend that works at a store like that's a dream. I had a buddy who worked at Starbucks, but I wasn't drinking coffee at the time because I was a kid. I was like 18 or 17. But what I would do is order a coffee, and in my bag, he'd put one of the espresso machines, and then we'd sell them on eBay. This is so illegal. Why am I coughing to this?
Oh my God.
He would put like the metal mug, whatever was like the expensive gifts that Starbucks used to have around, like CDs and stuff. He would just drop it in my
Got a
bag.
Michael Bublé Christmas CD in there?
Yes, I would just get things that we would then sell illegally.
So we've learned that there's a difference between customization, hacks, and then crime.
And burger.
Yeah.
Some of it is
Yeah,
straight
yeah,
up
yeah,
crime,
yeah.
yeah. But adding tots to your burrito is not a crime. It's just an a-hole move.
Spring always gets me in the mood for fresh starts, cleaning out closets, planting something new, and this year, I'm diving into a new language with Rosetta Stone.
Puedo tener 3 tortillas de maíz y un poco de tinga de pollo, por favor. ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre jitomate y tomate? You know what that was, Nicole?
That was you speaking excellent Spanish.
That was me trying my best. But I think there's something really exciting about the idea of traveling somewhere and actually speaking the language, ordering food, chatting with locals. It's a totally different experience when you can truly connect, which is why I used Rosetta Stone before going to Mexico recently. And I was able to talk about Oaxacan food with a wonderful chef that I met.
That's so awesome. Rosetta Stone has been the trusted leader in language learning for over 30 years, and their immersive approach actually helps you absorb and retain a new language naturally, whether you're on your desktop or learning on the go with the app. What I love most is the True Accent speech recognition feature. It gives you real-time feedback on your pronunciation, so you sound way, way more natural. Plus, there's no translation crutch. It trains you to think and speak in your new language from the start.
Tomate es más pequeño y jitomate es más grande. Did you know that?
I was literally Googling jitomate a few days ago trying to find out what a jitomate is. So
And I learned that because I was in Mexico. Don't wait. Unlock your language learning potential now. A Hot Dog is a Sandwich listeners can grab Rosetta Stone's lifetime membership for 50% off. That's right. That's unlimited access to 25 language courses for life.
Visit rosettastone.com/hotdog to get started and claim your 50% off today. Don't miss out. Go to rosettastone.com/hotdog and start learning today.
All right, Nicole and John, we've heard what you and I have to say. Now it's time to find out what other wacky ideas are rattling out there in the universe. It's time for a little segment we call
Opinions Are Like Casseroles. I like to sing on the pod.
Yeah, it's sort of a vehicle for Nicole to. It's kind of like our X Factor, The Voice.
Thank
No
you.
one's
Hell yeah.
come. Any producers come calling yet?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Wings of voice.
Maybe some people are trying to poach me for singing. Maggie, let's get that
Wings
first
of voice,
opinion.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't expecting that as an answer. Hi, my name is
We'll
Patty.
explain later.
I'm calling because I just wanted to share this weird food hack. It's probably awful for me that I've been doing. I really like sour food. And I'm just really not into fruit lately. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I've been making, and I've been really craving candy all the time. But that's not good for me, right? I'm old. I'm 30.
Ew.
So I've been putting fresh fruit. I've been putting malic acid,
Jesus.
straight from the can, plastic container,
Oh my God.
on anything. And oh my God, it's so good.
I just got
It's
triggered.
so good. You know those like sour TikTok things you see? 10 times better and 100 times cheaper. So yeah, it's
Oh,
my
no.
weird food thing I've been doing. Let me know what you think. Have a good day. Bye.
Wow, your guys' reaction makes me realize I don't think I've ever had malic acid
That
before.
just triggered my acid reflux on like a very specific way. Malic acid is literally just a form of acid that is like, what do you call it whenever you like take a molecule and you like take it out?
What?
Josh!
What do you call it when you take like a molecule and like take it out? I don't know. That wasn't descriptive at all.
Yeah.
Can you refine your question?
No, you should know what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry.
Whatever. It's just like it's like the most. It's like tartaric acid, malic acid, and citric acid are the acids that we consume that we're allowed. Like we
And
can
malic is
consume.
the strongest.
I think tartaric is actually stronger than malic.
Is it?
I think so.
Google it.
I don't want to.
Maggie. can you
Maggie,
help?
Google it.
Maggie, help. Maggie, help.
Why don't you
but-
look at Maggie
so
when you address her?
the coating on the outside of a warhead? Maggie, can you please?
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you.
I made
Thank
eye
you,
contact
Maggie.
with Maggie. Yes.
I love you, Maggie.
The coating on the outside of a warhead, that's just like dusted up malic acid.
Okay. Copy.
And
yeah.
I did a video with somebody to try and test how you can like remedy sour foods. And we just ate straight malic acid, and I couldn't eat for like 3 days after.
I'm so
because I
sorry.
like just literally
That's
burned a
brutal.
hole in my tongue. It was horrible. It's like that scene in Fight Club. Tartaric acid is stronger than malic.
If
What do
we
you
trust
say?
AI.
What do you say?
Nicole, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Maggie, you're valued. John, you deserve everything.
It produces more hydrogen ions in solution for the same amount. It takes the molecule out of the molecule. Got it.
Yeah!
Sorry.
Come on, guys!
Candace, you host the podcast now. I'm gonna
Read a
Adam's
book.
Number. I'll-
My God.
Another one? I already read one. It's called the Bible.
It's called the Red Badge of Courage. Stephen Crane. Anyways, putting malic acid on fruit. So it does taste like candy because it literally just reminds
It's
you
candy,
of warheads because that's what it is. So I understand why people are doing this thing. It is also, I think you have like a worm that's causing a nutritional deficiency because you're like, I don't know why. Suddenly I think of fruit and I get disgusted. It's because whatever worm you have inside you,
Oh
like
my
probably will be killed by a
gosh.
little bit of vitamin A. And so
The worm is in your brain and in your taste centers and affecting your decision-making process. Well, it's kind of like, you know how a worm will have a molecule and you can take the molecule out of it?
I'm never speaking again. I'm just kidding.
Again, we have like 1 minute left in the
you
podcast.
rebounded quick on that one.
I would say, hey, if it's making you eat more fruit, and I don't know if malic acid is good for you or not, but if it's in things, it can't be. It just feels like anytime you take something that is like, this is known from being on something called nuclear warheads. Like, if you take that and add it too much into your diet, I feel like that's always an issue.
We also need to explain her reaction to the voicemail message. We recorded a voicemail message that just said, "Hey, welcome to a hot dog and a sandwich. Please leave your." But we did a silly take. You know, how you do silly takes,
And that's the one they used.
And that's the one they used, and it was as if it were a phone sex
we
hotline.
we did a silly take and then we did a sexy take and they picked the
That's
sexy
right.
take.
The silly take was
Borat.
Borat voice, and then the sexy take was as if it were a phone sex hotline.
Exactly.
And you guys ran with sexy.
Yeah, we read.
Well, naturally.
It makes sense to me. I'm sorry.
Naturally. I wouldn't put malic acid on my fruit, but I would put tahini on it, which has citric acid in it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
maybe you should put tahini on it.
If you are having trouble eating fruit, drinking it is a great way. I mean, it's not the most ideal way to consume it, but fruit juice be ripping, you know?
If
like
you can't eat it and you can't drink it. There's only one more way to consume it, and you're not gonna like
Yeah.
Smoke it!
freebasing. Yeah.
I've smoked banana peels. I was told they would get me high.
Whoa.
They were wrong.
Let's try saffron.
Let's go. It's
Yeah.
pretty expensive, more expensive
I
than
know.
weed.
It's the irony.
Ooh, spicy. Hey, Josh, Nicole, and Maggie. I just wanted to
So
hear your
embarrassing.
guys' opinion on the spectrum of how people spice their food. Now, my fiance is very big on using chili powder and chili flakes, where I myself am a hot sauce man. See, I'd like to think that I'm in it for the vinegar, and the powders and the chili flakes, they don't give as much flavor as the hot sauce does. I think hot sauces and powders need to be used on a very case-by-case basis. Like, you would never put, as Luis Guzman said, Mexican on continental.
Waiting
You would never
reference.
put sriracha on a Chipotle bowl. And you wouldn't put Tapatio on your California roll. So,
Yes.
I just want to hear what you guys think. Thanks. Bye.
It's interesting. Little hot sauce food pairings.
I have, that was like 6 questions in one,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Because the first answer I have is, I say, I like it a little spicy, but white boy spicy, depending on the restaurant I'm at. Because, a Southeast Asian person or a South Asian person will like raise an eyebrow at you and you're like, no, I am clearly gringo energy. Please don't kill me. But I am a huge fan of hot sauce, specific hot sauces for specific things. Yeah. My question for you guys is, what is your most versatile hot sauce? I mean, let's answer this guy's questions too, because I'm of the place of like srirachas for Asian food, tapatios for South American, Central American food. Again, I think some of them are interchangeable, but for me, I think the most universal hot sauce is Crystal. That's my favorite. It's like a Louisiana kind of hot sauce because I think it needs to be an eggs-based hot sauce in addition to whatever else. You know what I mean? Because
sorry, not a hot sauce made of eggs.
A hot sauce that works well on eggs.
Copy.
And I think Crystal, along with Frank's and a few others, work really well.
So if you had one hot sauce like to live,
Crystal.
it'd be Crystal.
It would be Crystal.
I think they made an astute observation here, talking about how sometimes you don't actually want the spice, you want acid and you want salt.
Right.
Right. And so if you literally just had salted vinegar, which people look at like the Brits weird for just having malt vinegar on a table, that's just like a salted
Which
vinegar.
is a delicious, salted
By the way,
vinegar is delicious.
It's so good, and it's one of the most British things ever. It's hot sauce without any spice. It's like the whitest colonial shit you can ever come up with.
Like, ironically, so mustard is...
Mustard
is hot sauce.
Yes.
Right? Mustard is something that mustard seed has a spice to it, especially if you add horseradish to it.
Sure.
And the rest of the ingredients are vinegar and salt. You want the vinegar and salt. The ingredients for Crystal are chilies, vinegar, and salt. Right? Chilies did not enter the rest of the world until like kind of the mid 1550s. So a lot of time was spent of people just being like, I want vinegar and I want salt. And people figured out ways to make that happen. That's what he's figured out. Also, chili powder in the quantities that people use it does not add spice to anything. You know what I mean?
You mean
watch
like
Food Network, Rachel Ray?
You mean CHILI powder or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ground
Like,
up
or like
dried
ground
chili.
up chili. Okay.
But like,
Chili
but it's
powder is
just
different
sold
than-
under the name chili powder. So
Okay.
nebulous.
Okay.
Rachel Ray going, I'd like a little bit of heat, and then putting in a quarter of a teaspoon.
Yeah.
And how many teaspoons is that?
A 16th.
Yeah, there you go.
Am I right?
Yeah, good job. The baby's gonna be smart. That does nothing to your food, right?
More Taco
so I
Bell
agree
for
with you.
baby. Yeah.
Arizona Gunslinger Jalapeno would be my number one hot sauce that I would put on anything. Similar to Crystal, just 3 ingredients. However, it's red jalapenos that they kept the pulp in, so it's got a nice little chunk to it. So it sits on a burrito really nicely.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
It mounds.
So I'm going to answer your question first. My favorite hot sauce of all time is El Yucateco XX Extra Chile Habanero Hot Sauce. It's brown. It's so good.
I know this brand,
it's good on
Yucateco. I like their hot sauces, but I can't go above like 3 X's.
It's
Except
phenomenal.
in shirts and pants.
Are the X's like, is that
I don't know.
a viable
I'm just
scientific
reading
quantity?
I'm reading the grocery list from Instacart. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I right now, me and my husband, our house is filled with like at any time like 20 hot sauce or hot sauce adjacent products in our fridge or pantry, and he puts sriracha on his kebab. Like he's nuts. He doesn't care. He loves all kinds of spice all over. He has at any time he's eating like 4 different hot sauce bottles on the table. So I'm fine with mixing and matching my hot sauces.
I think sriracha is more versatile than our caller made it sound, too. I think sriracha is a little more... Because that one's an interesting texture, too, so I think it just works on more things.
We put...
But again, they're after salt and vinegar. That's what they really want. Sriracha does not, it's not that salty, it's not that vinegary.
Right,
No.
right. And then also like we have chili crisp on everything. We have like I put El Yucateco on everything from eggs to pasta to whatever. But with this, I mean, I don't know. If I were you, I would just try to, you know what I would tell him to do? I would try your own mix of like vinegar, salt, and a little bit of chili pepper and see if you like that. What is it called? Chili pepper water? Is that?
Chili pepper water in Hawaii?
I would make my own chili pepper water and see how you like that on like a panoply of foods and go from there. And listen, I love chili flakes. I put chili flakes on almost everything I make at home. But it is it's like a cop-out thing. You just throw in there. You know, it doesn't really make that much of a difference unless you're topping your food with it. That's how I
the
feel.
sriracha thing's interesting. Like sriracha on a California roll, because you would think it would make sense of just like, well, sriracha's Asian, Japan.
Yeah, when he said that, I was
He
grossed
said
out by that.
tapatio on it.
Well, no, he said
Cholula?
he said you wouldn't put sriracha on a burrito and you wouldn't put tapatio on a California
But I
roll,
would.
implying that.
But I
But also,
would.
spicy tuna rolls are generally made with sriracha, right? That's
Yeah.
the spice in a spicy tuna roll.
Yeah, because it's sriracha mayo.
Sriracha's from Irwindale, California.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sriracha's from like 30 miles east of here, and it
Right.
was like a Chinese, Vietnamese, immigrant to America roughly basing a sauce using Mexican peppers off of something he had in Thailand once.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's a really awesome, incredible story and it's an incredible product. But the idea that like there's some sort of link between siracha and Japanese food, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I just don't think hot
sense.
sauce on sushi in any way. Like I'll take my heat via wasabi or via the spicy mayo.
Yuzu kosho.
I love yuzu kosho. Yuzu kosho is saltier than it is spicy than it is vinegary fermenty.
I agree. The idea of a hot sauce is like a very American thing. Like a vinegary, put it in a bottle and shake it on, shaking it all over. But like chili paste, right? Kosho's in Japan, right? A nice little paste. Sambal's in Indonesia. It's all paste. Chili, oil, stuff like that. So like it's a very American export.
One more, Maggie. One more.
Maggie, come on, one more. Could we do one more?
Maggie.
Come on.
Fine.
Hi guys, this is Tusk Fangtooth. I am a newer fan to the channel, to the show. Love what
Tusk
you guys
Fangtooth?
do. Lately, just as an aside, I have been looking into melding some Brazilian dishes, maybe doing a little bit of feijoada as a Persian khoresh, which I thought you guys would find interesting. But the reason that I'm calling today, for years, I have thought that the practice of doing the horizontal cut when chopping an onion is useless. Looking at the cell structure of how onions are segmented, it doesn't make sense to do the horizontal slices.
100%.
So
100%.
I've stopped doing it. My onions look the same. What do you guys think? Love to hear from you.
The onion is already designed when you know what he's talking about?
Explain to me which horizontal cut you're referring to, because I usually, when I chop an onion, I cut the hairy nipples off, and then I cut it the other way through the hairy nipples, and then I have two nippleless breasts that I place down on the chopping block, and I cut it that way. And
but how do you, if you were to dice the onion, what would your steps be?
My steps would be make a bunch of small C's, then go the other way. Yeah,
Small C's?
make like
I'd love to see.
like if the onion's going this way,
Okay.
I'd slice it along those.
Oh, so he's
and
talking about...
But you're fully cutting it. Do you do the thing where you leave the end intact? So you almost like...
No, he cuts the hairy nipples off.
Yeah, I cut those off.
Well, you can cut them off, but then you can still make incisions with the knife, but still leave part of the onion intact. You don't need to keep the root on to like do the brunoise cut.
Do you think he's doing this person's doing the brunoise cut?
No, I think that's what they're talking about. Yeah, because typically what chefs would say to do if you're dicing an onion is you cut the hairy nipples off, bisect the breasts as you were talking about, but then you would make one horizontal cut to sort of like get it in half. Right?
Okay.
And then you score the other way in a 90-degree angle, and then when you run your knife through, it just falls into little shards.
That's
Ooh,
how I
okay.
do it.
Oh,
That's how I do it.
But that horizontal cut, the onion is already layered so that when you're making that final cut, the onions are separating themselves into those individual layers. The horizontal cut is, if anything, just adding less uniformity.
Just
to
one horizontal cut? I do two horizontal
Some
cuts.
people do two.
I do two.
Two will get you smaller.
And I get smaller ones.
This I'm intrigued by. I've never thought this closely about it. You know what I mean? It's not, I'm not constantly prepping meals, but I do have to chop onions every once in a while. But this seems like, I usually I make a bunch of C's and then go across.
What are you talking? You're talking about C's.
So, dude.
Oh, C's. Like
the letter C's.
Yeah.
Yes, like the letter.
Mezzaluna.
But like down.
Yes, a rainbow. if
And he
you
makes
will.
rings.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then you just run the knife through the opposite way and then it
Yes,
turns into
yeah,
little squares. Yeah, that makes sense.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you to do something. Just buy the choppers. Buy the Good Grips vegetable chopper. Don't think about it too much. People think too much about things. Just chill. We live in 2025. Josh,
I'm sorry.
relax.
Yeah, the baby's starting.
Yeah, you built a whole podcast around thinking too much about things.
Just buy the chopping machine so everything is uniform and the same, and you don't have to think too much. And then that way you can cook faster.
Are those annoying to clean though for us non-dishwasher heads?
No, the holes. No, they're fine.
Okay, I feel like you're lying. Like
No.
they say
I
people's
don't
voices
lie.
go up a little when they
I don't
lie, and yours
I don't
just
lie.
climbing.
No, my
and
voice is just high sometimes.
now you're lying about that.
It's easy to do, and honestly, sometimes when you just don't want to like cut with a knife and a board, the chopper's the best thing you can.
I mean,
do.
cleaning a knife and a board's not ideal either. Yeah.
Now you can say what you wanted to say.
I'm
bestie.
intrigued by this feijoada khoresh situation.
Yeah.
Have you ever had feijoada?
No. I mean, maybe. Describe to me what it is. Yeah.
It's a Brazilian like black bean stew with like all the different
Yes,
parts of pork.
I have had that. As a matter of fact, I've never made it, but Bossa Nova, a little place in my neighborhood, they have it, and that over white rice, it rips for me. Big fan.
It's like a hangover cure. It's
it's
so
just so
good.
good. Yeah.
So good.
Say the name again.
Feijoada.
What does that look like spelled?
Feijoada.
You missed an A in after the
Whatever.
But yes, that's I've had it. I've just never said it out loud, like Hermione. You know.
Oh, talk about Hermione, my childhood crush.
Yeah, I called her Hermione until I saw the movies, and I was like, whoops.
Well, on that note, thank you so much for joining us at A Hot Dog is a Sandwich and Gabrus. Thanks so much for sitting down today, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. I love pedantic arguments on podcasts. It's kind of what I've built my entire brand on, whether it's Staying Alive, my health and wellness podcast, or Action Boys, my action movie podcast, where he covers films from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
God, what a great era, man.
Awesome.
Bloodsport, that was my moral compass growing up. You know?
Never seen it, never heard of it, don't plan on watching it. If you want to be featured on Opinions or Casseroles, hit us up at 833-DOGPOD1. We'd love to hear your voice.
But it stars famous Taiwanese bodybuilder Bolo Leung.
Oh my God! I have to watch it now!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Chung Lee.
I can do it
And
too.
if you want to watch more Mythical Kitchen,
I just can't.
But that's for the Patreon only.
more Mythical Kitchen on YouTube, you know the deal. Check it out.
Yeah, you
It's
can't have that. No.
It's not worth it.
No, save that for the big bucks behind the paywall.